Matriculation is the formal process of entering a university as a candidate for a degree or of becoming eligible to enter by fulfilling certain academic requirements. Right here at the University of Yaounde 1 at the English department, the ceremony was characterized by different activities, and so we took interest in the different speeches of the different university dons that were marked present. First, we have the lecturers proudly processed in.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the academic stars of the Department of English
And take their respective seats. Then the MCs took their turn to introduce each and every one of them.
A role model in this activity. A language paragon too, but to cut it short, he just get his name. I would like to sound his name to you. He's no other person than Dr. Tamne.
The head of department, Professor Forte Stephen, highlights the importance of being in the English department.
Welcome to the Department of English. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You are perhaps the 50th or 51st batch of students. Is it? So, coming to the Department of English. So you can ask yourself, what has kept this department going for all this while? Where have all the graduates gone to? Look at us sitting on this table. We have different specializations. We have different ages. We come from different parts of Cameroon. Yet, we make a very happy throng. A harmonious family that has survived. Some of us have been here for 30 years. Some are in their first or second year. And they will carry the flame for the next 30 or so years. What do you think our roles are? The first role we have is that we serve as a bridge. We serve as a bridge for you to cross from where you are to a more comfortable position. Not necessarily having a better salary, but having a better intellect, a better understanding of the world, and better opportunities in the future. Some of you don't even know why you are in this department. Some said, well, what is there else to do than to go and do English? But with time, you understand that you made the best choice. Because you are in the area of social sciences. And the social scientist has his research material at his fingertips. The social scientist uses the human being for research. Whether you be doing language or social linguistics or you be doing literature, all your study will be around the human being, the man and in his environment. And that will enrich your understanding of society, the society in which you live, and the several openings which will be available to you. Ask yourself, what use is it that you'll be learning to sing the old song that we sang 50 years ago. Well, the advantage is that you learn to sing that old song in a new way, because the time and the actors have changed. If Madame Ayafa were here, I would have used the pidgin expression. But let me use it, because pidgin English has become, is being studied. It's one of the, what do you call it, the pidgins and creoles. We say that when beef, it change bush, it change chop. When beef change bush, it change chop. Now, what we are saying, when an animal changes the environment, it adapts to the new environment. You are no longer in secondary education, you are now in the university. Alright? And the way, the operational system of the university is not the same as in high school. You have more freedom now. You can attend class, you can dissolve the teacher who walked away, but the teacher is waiting for you at the end of the semester. The teacher is waiting for you at the end of 4 years, when you'll be expected to do research on your own. If the foundation is shaky, if you fail to master your lessons in level 1, level 2, level 3, and 4, when you start doing a master's, after which you can become like one of us sitting here, that is when you find the trouble. That's the beginning of trouble for you. And you may end up in Mukoro selling Obrika. Or when you go and teach in some evening school, or something that is not like those who lead this department. You cannot stop the train from moving. You cannot stop this department from going on. All you can do is to make the best of the facilities that we have here, in terms of the library, in terms of the senior colleagues we have, in terms of the quality and the caliber of professors that we have here, and learn from them.
Followed by him was Professor Koenga Jean-Paul, who urged the students to consider them as their parents throughout their stay on campus.
We are very happy to have you here. We suggest that you consider us, the teachers. Take us as your parents when you are here. If you have any problem, let us know. Before you tell your parents, let us know what the problem is. We'll do our best to solve some of them. In fact, many of you tend to shy away from us. No, we are not criminals. If you have any problem, let us know. We'll do our best to solve the problems. Regarding your courses, at times, because of various factors, classroom, what have you, you have difficulties getting what is said in class. If you meet us in the corridor out there, you meet us anywhere, just say, I didn't understand this. And all of us sitting here will go over the thing with you. So do not run away from us. We are here to attend to you. They have attended to us. Our elders have attended to us, and we are here to attend to you. Any of you who wants to move forward, we are there to push you as far as.
Proveyu Enes is the next lecturer who goes out of the box, express English as the best department in the world.
When we were coming in, I told Prof. Forte that in advising you today, I was going to get a little bit out of the box, and I want to keep my promise. First things first, you're welcome to the best department in the world, the English department.
He explains that For choosing English, you can become anything you want to become in the world, in the job domain. At what age do you start school? How long will you be in school? How much time do you have finding a job? Prof. Veyu Ernest tells us again.
I will still put forth this argument rather. Most of us go to primary school at around age 4, thereby. Actually, it's supposed to be 5. Most of us went at 7. Let me calculate from the time we went, because I have an advantage in that. 7 years went to primary school, plus 7 years in primary school, how much is that? 14. Plus 7 years in high school, how much is that? 21. Plus 3 years to have a degree. And often when you have a degree, you realize that it's really not quite. So we are 24, right? Plus 2 years masters is how much? Okay, plus 3-4 years PhD is how much? And then you spend about 3-4 years looking for a job. That's about 34, 35, right? To go on retirement at 60 means you leave half of your school on the benches. You don't have a life. But when you leave primary school and you go to do mechanics, go to do carpentry, you have enough money to pay a bride price at 20, and you start life. I'm not sending you back. I'm only asking, and very strongly, that while you are here, with all the time you have, instead of putting it in novellas, instead of putting it in Bonamosadi clubs, you can develop something. You can develop writing. You can develop salesmanship. You can develop, and you find that you start your life earlier. You become autonomous earlier. You become useful to the society earlier. I can't tell you how much money later on in life he made from selling cars as a mechanic. Let me not talk about him too much, he's already getting itchy. He's afraid that I shouldn't say that he is rich. Of course, he isn't poor. So I have a very, very strong advice. Little sisters and brothers, you are strong, you are intelligent, you are capable. This is the time to lay a foundation for your life, and that foundation may not always be academic, because the truth is that too few people finally walk in the direction of their diploma. Very few. So you can get an area where simultaneously, while studying, you are investing, you are training, and before long, you don't give the apology many people give. Well, when we were staying in school for so long, they were making money. Today, find something in addition to your diploma, and you will have better diplomas because they teach you. Doing such a trade, developing such a talent, one of the wonderful things that does is it helps you manage your time better. Now, if I have something to give somebody to do, I don't give to an idle person. He has learned to be very idle, so he will not do it well. I give it to a busy person. So make yourself busy, be excellent in your studies, and be excellent in the development of a trade or in the development of a talent. Thank you very much.
We return back with Prof. Salah Bonaventure, who says he chose to stay within the box as he highlights what it takes to survive on campus as a student who has transited from the high school into the university milieu, where some new freedom is found.
You just transited from the, I would say, secondary school to the university milieu. And the difference is quite big. And I know you are still in the honeymoon of enjoying your freedom. Yeah, it's quite normal. There's some newfound freedom. You see, you have just transited from the secondary school, you had discipline masters, you wore a uniform, you were caned, your parents were very much involved in making sure that you got to school, people that to check you, etc. And then teaching went on. Everything was chewed and pushed you down your throats, etc. And then you come to university, a very free place. You remember the last time I was in your class, I said that we don't teach, we don't deliver lectures, and then whatever you make from the lectures, that's how it's meant to be.
We have Prof. Alowede Charles, who continues to endorse and caution the students to be mindful of their newfound freedom.
I'll come back to this idea of newfound freedom. I think every time we're in class we discuss it. Like I said, some of you are having it for the first time. Most of you, since primary, you live with the parents. Others went to dormitory schools. And today, some of you are renting for the first time. And you go around brandishing your keys. That's good. That's what Professor Salah means by newfound freedom. But it's also very dangerous. If you can't manage your time, if you can't manage that freedom, it is very dangerous. I told you that experience has shown us that first semester results of level 1s are always the worst. Because you are still the excitement of having an A level. You come to school without uniforms, you don't have names on your uniforms, there are no roll calls in class. And like he said, like the head said, if you want to come to class, you come to class. If you don't feel like coming, you don't come. It's better expressed in French. It's facultative, in faculty. I told you, if you want to write my text, you're free to write. You don't want to write, you're still free to write. Not to write, rather. And as a lecturer, I'm free to give you 0. Freedom is 2 ways. So please, I'll dwell on that. I just want you not to misuse the new freedom you've had. My colleagues have stressed more on the academics, which is good because that's why you're here. But then the academic goes with other things. I'm not telling you not to go to a movie, not to watch a movie. Once in a while you can do it, it's normal. But the majority of the time should be focused on your education. That's what the parents have sent you here for. Our parents spend so much money, they sacrifice much for your education. So we'll continue telling you, even out of here. So please don't misuse the newfound freedom you've had. I think that's what I can tell you for now. Thank you.
She is described as a woman whose black glitters, a role model, and a mother. Dr. Kome Judith continues from here.
So, what can I say? I'd like to highlight just a few things that I'll call it childishness that we do when we come to level 1. And I'd just like us to reflect on this and make sure we don't find ourselves in these kind of categories. Number 1, I'll speak from past experiences. I'll hear a student tell me, I'm not reading that course because I don't like that lecturer. For like seriously. Did you come to the department because of the lecturer? Do you know what brought you to the department? Do you know why you're here? So please, you're not here to focus on lectures, you're here to focus on your courses and being the best in every one of them. And you see that for some stupid reason, you could have done very well in that course, but you say, I don't like that course, you don't come to class and you don't read it, and you focus on the ones that you like, and at the end, your GPA is pathetic. No, please, have a bigger view, have a better view of what you're here to achieve. Number two, I always insist on the kind of friends you make. Who are you? That is, who do you think you are? While reflect on your personality. Are you the kind of person that's going to allow himself or herself be swayed by popular sayings? Are you here, or what would you like to be remembered for? Would you like to be remembered for being the clown of the class? You know, the one who dresses well, the one with the longest hair, the most expensive hair, the one that makes up more than everyone, the one that is, you know, what you want to be remembered for, focus on that. If that is what you want to be remembered for, then you have to rethink. But if you want to, definitely probably you should go for it if that's what you want. You should go for it, okay, if that's what you want. If you want to, our advice is that you strive to be amongst the best students at every level possible. Don't like the popular sayings, you want to show, you must ask questions, must you answer, must you speak. Don't let this kind of funny talks kill your vibes. If you're bold, be bold. If you're bright, be bright. Don't let anyone sink you or put out your light.
And now we have the youngest of them all, an icon in British literature, from Anglo-Saxon to Restoration. As a God-fearing lecturer and a young mom, she draws inspiration from the Bible. Dr. Monkey Linda.
I'll give this advice for different genders, okay? Ladies, I'll start with you. You are, I look like your elder sister, but where I'm standing, I'm already a mom, okay? And I'm not going to relate to you just like elder sister. I'm going to be a younger mom to Dr. Komi. So, ladies, be careful. You should know that your freedom also leaves you like a prey to predators. When a chick is with the mother, the hearts can stay away. But with your new freedom, you also have new risks. Okay? So know that there are a lot of things around this area that can get you to stop your studies. If you get pregnant, you might be forced to end your studies and your career might end. If you get sick, your career might also end. And the Bible says we are the temple of, our bodies are the temple of the Holy Spirit. So treat it well, eat well, do sport.
Thank you.
Protect yourself. In every other area, okay, ladies?
Yes, doctor.
You are very beautiful. You attract flies, and some of the flies will infect you with malaria. So make sure you protect yourself, okay?
Okay, doctor.
Okay, for the guys, I'll just say you have a lot of time. You may think you have a lot of time, but as you move ahead, you realize that you have very little time because you are not women. So concentrate and also be your career, okay, guys?
Okay.
Okay, thank you for listening.
The last but not the least amongst is the president of ASED, Achondo Faith. And now, it won't be fair if we end this event without having a bite of the sweet melody springing from his trumpets, chanting, Almighty God, our generation shall praise your name. The lecturers couldn't resist the beautiful melody that says, "From the rising of the sun to the setting of the same, your name is to be hallowed." These were their reactions. The matriculation and the cultural ceremonies both took place at the Amphitheater 300 right here, as we can see behind me. Dr. Njeng Eric visits this point.
So I want to thank the authorities of the university, the rector, the dean, head of department, and all our authorities who work in SIG for allowing us this beautiful hall. Please, word of applause. I believe that since Amphie 300 was renovated, we are the first to enjoy this privilege. This is really a splendid hall. It's a wonderful hall, and I'm happy that it is in the state and that we are all going to enjoy it as Cameroonians. I want to thank ASEC and the ASEC board for making the Cultural Week possible. I want to thank the students, the graduates especially, for the hard work that they have shown over the 3 years. And I want to thank the students who are following, who are present here, to tell them that hard work, respect for authority always pays, and that there is a bright future ahead of us. This is a cultural week, you caught it. What does it mean to have a cultural week? Is it a traditional week or a cultural week? I'm happy at the program. I looked at the program and saw that we're going to have a mixture of dances and all cultural practices. We've had the journalism club. I want to give them a hand of applause. They are future journalists. They are the future journalists. And I'm sure we're going to have artists. We're going to have a debate. What is that? The brain box. And I was wishing to see debate, a strong debate. I made that with the brain box. Looking forward to the dances, to the music, to the poetry recitations, and actually I'm excited. So I want to thank all of you on behalf of the head of department and wish you all the well. Thank you very much.
The matriculation ceremony is followed by the cultural day. Dr. Tamer Killian paints a deeper implication of different aspects of culture.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon to you all. My speech is not going to be as sweet as Dr. James, because as he said, there are people who always have something to say, and there are others who must say something and fall within the second category. And what I have to say is that today we are having social intercourse. This is social intercourse, not sexual intercourse. And this social intercourse is because we are celebrating culture. And as Dr. James rightly said, culture is not just about tradition. Tradition is a subset of culture. So when we talk about culture, there are things that are physical and there are things that are non-physical. And so these two things are the ones that make us celebrate culture. I would like to say that there are so many of us who are multi-talented, and we cannot just limit ourselves to things that are obtained in the classrooms or in the amphitheaters. You also have so many other things to offer. And I'm sure we have seen this already from the press club. And there are so many young and vibrant students whose voices can resurrect corpses. Very sweet voices and very eloquent in the way they speak. I want you to applaud those young intellectuals who have been doing so. There are others who can dance very well, and I'm sure they're going to show us exactly what they can do in terms of dancing. Dr. James does not want to dance because he doesn't dance, he exhibits dancing. So he's not going to show it here, but we know that all of you here have things to offer. Not just at the level of dancing, but also at the level of talking. So we also want to say that during the next cultural week next year, we are not only going to look at elements of tradition, we're also going to look at elements that will go beyond tradition and talk about culture. For example, we have to see cuisine, what you can cook. It's very important. The arts, culture, the things which you can, there are many people here who can draw, who can paint, and who can do other things. There are other people who have costumes that they can produce, as Professor Veil said, out of the box. It's not just about studies. There are many things you can do. And I have a lot of confidence in you, and we are ready to be mesmerized by your dancing abilities and every other thing that will show us today. We have seen so many masters and misses who represent the department, and I'm sure they're the most beautiful and the most handsome on campus here. Let us applaud them as well.
Reporting from the matriculation ceremony right here at the Queen's Department, which is the English department of the Yaounde 1, I have been Monte Victorine Cheche presenting. Thanks for watching. Bye.